Hello, everyone, dear Sugar community. We are really happy to have you all here once again in our now traditional Sugar alumni story interviews. And especially today, we are really happy to have Richard Lagrée. Richard, you will help me with your last name in a second on how to pronounce it correctly. Please say hello to our community and introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So my name is Richard, and I would say in French, you say Lagrée. So I come from north of France, so Lille. I got the engineering degree, and I was a student last year in the sugar program.
How come did you end up there?
So that was during my last year of master. I did an international semester for 6 months, and it was in Kyoto in Japan. And I met Sushi Suzuki, which was, he was one of my teacher in one class. Mm-hmm. And so I discussed with him, and it was like, he introduced me to the sugar network. And I was like, that sounds super interesting. So I just like attended to one of their SGM. Mm-hmm. And I was like, after that, I was, okay, I need to join this thing. So I came back to France, finished the year, and then I kind of applied to that. And then that's how I just joined the program.
Tell us about your project. How was it? What was it about?
So we work in a collaboration with HPI, so also Platinum University in Berlin. And the internet sponsor was Takeda, so that's the pharmaceutical company in Japan. And we worked on a prompt which was how might we sense and prevent mental disorders through network of human and machine. So for the whole 9 months, we kind of investigate what was mental disorders, and we kind of became expert of that. And we tried to find a way to kind of find a solution to help people in their kind of daily basis. So I think, so at the end, so the kind of outcome that we have from the program was an app-based solution, which was based on nudging and kind of building the resilience of people like to fight against mental disorders.
Are you currently working on the digital health industry, or what are you doing now, Richard?
So not at all. So I get a kind of mechanical engineering background. So digital, things like that, that was not my thing at all. Mm-hmm. And so right now what I'm doing is, so at the end of the year, right after the final presentation, I saw that someone was looking for a teacher assistant. So actually in Trinity College in Dublin, there was Kevin Kelly, which is in charge of the sugar program in Trinity. He was looking for someone. So I was like, that might be the perfect transition between the students and kind of teacher role. So I kind of apply, and then I get the job, and now I'm teacher assistant. And so I'm not a student anymore, but still working for sugar, but as a teacher now.
Okay, so you're now kind of going into the ladder of the sugar.
Yeah,
platform.
exactly.
That is actually the case for many other people that are still part of our community. And we have people that have started as a student, moved as a teaching team member, and they are either quite super connected with the alumni community as ambassadors, for instance, leading alumni events, but also they could also bring corporate partners. We have a few examples to name, like, I don't know, Nestlé, for instance. So that's what you're doing now, Richard.
Yeah.
What would be a message that you would like to share with the people who are currently thinking about joining sugar? Yeah, that would somehow help them decide to either stick to sugar and to the idea to follow sugar, or to say, maybe this is not necessarily for me. What would be your message for them?
I would say that sugar is kind of very great opportunity, because it's kind of the perfect link between the students and then kind of professional world, because for 9 months you are working on the very concrete project and a topic that's have kind of real impact. So I think that that's the perfect transition that you can have, and that's the kind of perfect things to kind of building a network too, because there's everyone, a lot of people all around the world that's doing the same thing as you. And I think that that's the perfect thing. When you stop, you finish the school and you want to go in the professional world, that have those kind of experience.
And how about the part of having done it digital? Because for you it was even a double challenge. You were expecting to travel to Japan.
Exactly.
And you were expecting to interact with a lot of international communities, and you had to stick to the digital scenario. How was it for you, and what would be something that you say it was still worth to do it?
Yeah, so because of COVID, obviously I was like stuck in France. So all the things that we did was like online. And I think that in a way that was quite interesting, because from what I see right now, it's just like local team working together and then kind of weekly changing with their kind of partner. But for my case, we were like every day working with the kind of full international team. We were like 6 people from 5 different like countries. And that was like very crazy, because can you imagine that every day we're working with people that was like at the opposite part of the world. And I think that that's something that would be like a good point from this kind of digital way.
Definitely, that enabled it somehow. It made it even easier and to stay even more in contact, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So being able to connect with people from so many different communities, being able to network, is there any other advice or thought that you would like to share with the sugar community today, Richard?
So I would say that that's quite interesting, because like all this, as you say, like different cultures and stuff, when you can like exchange with people about their experience and how they see all the stuff, and because this is about like innovation and designing solutions for people, and you see that everyone has kind of different approach of that, and that's like very, very like interesting as a human being, like to see how people can react and what's the vision of people about like the same subject. So I would say that definitely that's worth it.
Speaking of which, would you be interested in connecting with other people who are now watching this video and exchange different approaches to not only innovation, but maybe other topics?
Yeah, sure. That's always interesting to be able to kind of discuss and exchange point of view with people. So yeah, for sure.
If anyone has the chance to connect with Richard, here he is. Richard, thank you very much for your time here, for sharing your experience with the sugar community.
Yeah, thank you.
And this is the time to close the call, right?
Yeah.
And say goodbye to everyone. You wanted to say something?
Thank you for having me, and that was really nice for being able to share my experience with everyone.
Amazing. Thank you, Richard. See you.
Bye.